Wait, I just shot one. Still ain't crazy.
How can an officer feel justified in not doing his use of deadly force training and the minimum to it, and then get justified for using his weapon when there is, within the use of deadly force training, he said there's what is called continuum of force. And in the continuum of force, it goes from the baton to the taser to the gun, like that. So when you got an unarmed man, you know, the last resort is to shoot this man. Melvin Williams was a person that, and it's a stigma, when you stigmatized as being an ex-felon, and you're in a small town and people know you as an ex-felon, and the cops have a tendency to want them somebody to mess with that day. They're gonna mess with you in that stigma of you being an ex-felon, and this is what basically happened. You know, it came out of court. They kept talking about he's a felon, and there's a felon like this is a foreign creature, some alien. You know, instead of talking about this as a person that just happened to have a felony conviction.
They were referring to ex-felons like, you know, we ain't a human being. I'm an ex-felon. You can see I'm a black man, and you seeing the stuff that they get away with down there. You know, it made me, I was scared of my life.
Switch shoes because I knew something wasn't right when I seen that many cops.
You could feel it.
You know, you could feel as soon as you pull up. Sheriffs, the feds, U.S. Marshals,
everybody.
The city, GBI,
GBI,
Post was there.
The bad part is it sends a real bad message and false message to citizens of the state of Georgia and all around the country, because, you know, it's basically saying that I can shoot you, kill you. And then when we go before the judge, you know, I was just making the citizen's arrest. I seen him run a stop sign 10 minutes earlier. You know, so that's why I shot and killed him, because when I went to go arrest him, he retaliated, he fought. So I shot and killed him, you know, on the citizen's arrest. I mean, that's basically what happened yesterday.
I mean, it's sad the way that just because they got a couple degrees and they got a name, they got a sergeant, lieutenant, or anything like that in front of their name, they can just come up with some type of obscene story and get away with it. And we as the community and the public can't say nothing. That's not what's up.
It really is sad and bizarre because it puts the public, and when I say public, I'm talking about law enforcement and citizens, in a real state of confusion. Because law enforcement looking at now, did you send a message to everybody that they could carry a gun and make a citizen's arrest and shoot and kill somebody? Here's the most vital part about it, what's going to upset everybody. They are arguing about 1 hour. Listen to me good. You have to do 2 minimum mandatory, state mandated in the state of Georgia, 2 minimum hours of use of deadly force training. This is what they argue about. You don't want to, you carry a gun, get paid by taxpayers, get a government issued weapon, a government issued car, vehicle, police uniform, this and that, get paid by taxpayers, and you arguing over doing a minimum of 2 hours? They're arguing about 1 hour, he missed 1 hour. This is what you're arguing about, and you're supposed to be there to protect and serve? You know, it's real appalling, man. And so I'm alarmed at not only what's going on in East Dublin, but where else is it going on? 51 officers in Atlanta don't have their powers of arrest. Some of them are getting fired. Some of them will never go back on the streets. But here in East Dublin, Jeffrey Deal killed a young man without his power of arrest, and everybody act like it's okay. And you know, what happens next is we mobilize. Because you have to realize, when a person loses their power of arrest, there's a whole lot of questions come up. We were talking yesterday, and Tez asked me a question. He said, well, let me ask you something. What about all them people they done locked up? See, all that comes into question.
I can say, if you have an issue like what we have going on, keep your head up and stay positive. Don't be easily broken by the inconsistencies or the unfairness of whoever you have an issue with, because they're gonna try every way they can to break you down. Keep your head up and stay positive.